Boink. There you go. You can have them. This is ready for another thing, right? Boop. Alright, there we go. Making my way downtown, walking fast, eating ass, and I'm bone bound. Alright, 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 alright. What do I have here? Coda Meyer, huh? Too bad that's a fucking ugly ass sword, to be honest. What other cool swords are there? I'll go with this one. Copy Warframe colors. Holster style. Pretty sure I got like left hip, right? Visible when holstered, sure. And then, of course, you don't have a potato. Melee arcane adapter. Do I have one? No, I don't. I'm gonna need one. Actually, I might see where they come from first, or where I can get one from first, before I spend any plat on that. Deadass, I'm about to just auto-install this because I don't want to think about it. That'll work for now. Hey, look, viral heat. It's like the game knows what I want. Alright then. Frost? Is Frost the move? Let me see something here. Let me make sure my YouTube chat works real fast. Forgot to do that today. Hello. Say hi if you are here. Smiley face. Send. Are you gonna come up over there? Oh, I didn't send it. Nice. Alright, looks like we're cooking with gas. Thanks, Stream Elements. We're on like 5 days in a row of it working. What was that? Oh. Thank you for the follow, 2chill987533. Appreciate it, my man. Is everybody level 30? Protea and Nidus are not level 30. How Nidus looks so stupid. What? You know what? I wonder if where is it? Arcane Persistence? I need more of those. I think I'll just do like Arcane Energize and Malt Augmented for now. What? That's not what I wanted. You know it'll work because I'm using the Coda Twerxica. Okay. All right. Relic time, motherfuckers. Capture. Can't resist a capture mission, man. Oh, basically any of these with Forma on them, taken. Of course, I got like 100 Lith K12s, like everybody else does.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? Your near-efficient are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. You are going to need more reactant if you want.
Still need to read about Nidus. See what, like, the passive is and shit. Because obviously there's something with his, like, shield. I don't know anything about him. I need to fucking read it.
Capture them quickly before they escape. Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Excellent work. You'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
I kind of figured him out, but I don't know. I'm glad that learning a frame isn't super easy. I mean, it is, but it's not like you just start and go, okay, all of this makes sense. You need to figure out how their abilities work with one another and stuff. Well, a lot of people like Nidus. I've had some people in my chat say that he's their favorite. Oh fuck, a Hero Chassis blueprint, bro. What am I gonna do? Why do I feel like I've never seen this map before? Even though I know it's like this one. But, I don't know. Everything feels brand new when you're dumb as shit. Tenora Prime isn't bad. But I'm after that for my baby.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Nice. Nice. Let's do it again. Man, I can't help. Oh, nice. I can't help but feel like playing Vault would be so much more useful right now. Actually takes a little while to level shit up. Let's just do this. Last mission and hit that square. What are you doing? Knock that shit off, kitty. Brrr. Yeah, I know. Just want to scratch the wall, I know. I am Freakazoid. Nice. Bat Kid King. That dude's fucking hitting the wiggles, dude. He's
You are here to find a target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner. Don't let it escape.
Void fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Corrupted foes are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic.
give me that ass, boy.
Look for more reactant. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
What is that?
There's a heavy unit approaching. The capture target has vital
Oh, this is the synthesis target.
extract. We need
Whoops.
a subject brought back alive.
That's it. It'll be a perfect specimen. Trap it so you can synthesize it for me.
Does nobody have a...
We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Nobody's got a siphon, do they?
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Oh, somebody did it. Okay. That's funny. Boink. For my baby. Get off of that couch.
Excellent work, Tenno.
What's that little totem doing? Just floating around. Man, I forgot to do these for like 3 days now. What? Adorable. All right. Relics. Multiple captures, dude. What the fuck? Ooh, 2 times Forma.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You found a fissure. Look out for reactants.
Whoa.
Use that reactant to open a relic. Don't forget the reactant.
Pretty good, Starlight Echoes. Going well so far. Doing some easy stuff this morning, just getting some relics out of the way. I need Forma. Down to like no Forma. How are you?
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive.
Let me through.
Your part is done here, Tenno. Change of plans. Ignore your original objective. Leave nothing alive. Stay focused.
Sideways, boy.
Unit approaching.
Where is everything and everyone and the reactant? I've only ever had a couple of missions or a couple of relic missions go where I just didn't get the reactant. Nobody cared. Usually they'll wait. All done. Dunsky Bunsky.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic. You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
I think the addition. I wasn't here for the addition of fishing and like what came with Orb Vallis. Alley, or I don't know how you say it. I started when they were already here, and I thought it was really nice to have like mining and fishing. I kind of wish there were some more skills in the game. A little more RPG-y. Fishing in Cetus, yeah. Is that where I don't know how long fishing's been around or where they like it originated at, but I remember finding it there. Being like, you can just fish, dude. And it was really confusing. Like, it was really confusing to figure out how to fish because you like look at the multiple fishing rod choices and I'm like, what do I buy? And then it's like, well, these ones spawn at night and these ones spawn at day. And you're like, okay, what? And you got to use this bait. Huh? Oh, really? I didn't know how long fishing and mining had been there. I figured that the like conservation, mining, and fishing came alongside like the Cetus and Orb Vallis updates. And I'm assuming those were updates. I don't know if like how those rolled out or whatever. What? Qualify for mastery rank test? Dude, there's so much. Yeah, there's like, that's one of the things I said about this game when I first started playing it, is there's like 11 different games in this game, and none of them are like totally ignored. I know some people have, I mean, I know people feel like Railjack is pretty ignored, but the fact that Railjack works at all and is relevant at all is really big. And yeah, I love how goofy this shit is. I was playing whatever quest it was, and I started getting hit with the references. The first reference I got hit with was Snake. The Snake reference, whenever you die, is the Void Rig, and the dude's like, Snake! Yeah. I don't know. Is this gonna...
Show me you have
Oh,
mastered the Arcwing. Navigate this course before the timer expires.
dude, I swear, mastery rank tests are either super easy or extremely hard. And I feel like this one's gonna be one of the easier ones for sure. I don't even have to teleport around. We just... That's it.
This test is now complete.
Yeah, that stealth test there's 2 stealth tests before like rank 17 or 18. So I think one of them is 19 or 18 has a stealth mission. I used Ski Ajati to do it. So after you stealth kill, you're invisible for 5 seconds. Since you know all of your skills are unavailable, you can't just Loki your way through it. But you can kind of hack your way through it with Ski Ajati, because it's got a unique trait that makes you invisible for a second, 5 seconds after you kill, with the stealth kill. It made it super easy. Oh, yeah. There's a one that I hear a lot of people complain about. It's like 23. That is another stealth mission. That one people complain about quite a lot. And then there's a parkour, like wall cling, wall jump one, where people are like, yo, I never wall cling, and they want me to do it now. Oh, sweet. Just MR20 now? I have been kind of working on it the last couple days, trying to get my... Because I'm running low on weapon slots. Not out yet, just low. I need to delete some of these. I need to see what crafts into other shit. And like Kuvazar, I need to replace with... Or Zar, I need to replace with like Kuvazar. Some of these need to be replaced with like their Tenet, Akoda, or Kuva counterparts. And what is it? Seer? Seer. I'm looking forward to getting Kuva Seer. It was actually on my menu recently, so I actually forgot how to spawn a Kuva Lich, honestly. Hey, D-Boy Fitty. Thanks for that follow, man. Appreciate it. What mission was it that I like to use? I can't... Oh, it's on Saturn. Right? Saturn Cassini. This is where I like to summon them at. And I need to pay attention to my progenitor. I'm gonna bet that magnetic is gonna be the best, like always. Yeah, I forgot what, like, because I know I've been doing Tenet lately, Tenet Sisters, so like I know that the best way to get them to start is like come to Hydra, do the capture, and then do the rest. I just couldn't remember where to do this part at. Let's see. Ooh, somebody asked this question already. Corrosive heat. I think the armor stripping should supplement the radiation bonus. Let's see. Who is a heat progenitor? Probably like Ember, of course. Obviously. Ember. Wisp. Wisp progenerates is a heat progenitor? That's crazy. Zorus is pretty fun. I like never use it, but when I like first got it and started using it, it was a lot of fun. Even though like, what is it, Zorus and a couple of other weapons are like the best, that's one of the reasons I like avoid them, because as soon as I start playing with it, I'm like, oh, this is so easy, and I just click a button and everything dies, and it's a little less entertaining, but it is a lot of fun to use. Oh, fuck, I want to play. Let's take Ember. Just do regular capture. Sure, you can still summon it on nightmare mode, but no point. I used to, so originally I started using like Broken War. That was one of the first weapons I used, and then I started using Skiajati, and now I am all over the Prisma Omas. Those Tonkas, they're so good. They literally out damaged like everything I had and outpaced everything I had with no forma on them. Honestly, pretty bonkers. Why am I here? Oh yeah, I just need to capture and then wait, don't I?
Target located. Bring them in. The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract.
Come here, boy. Give me that ass.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the
Oh, there's the light flash. That was fast. There we are. What are you gonna have? I really want Kuva Seer, but I'm okay with a couple others too. Kuva Chakur mainly. How do I fucking get over there, man? Oh, this way. Right? No? Yes? Yes.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Kuva Nah. Good. I'm sure it's really good, but I'm targeting something specific. And I have got extra ools. So I'm ready for this. I'm ready for some Kuvas and some Tenets. Right? Nice.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Kratos. What is that? Kratos. I think I've seen it before, or like read it on a relic or some shit. Oh, wait, is this the one you get from? I have that. I just need to craft it. Wait, did I get some more of those things? More of this? Nice. I have that. I just need to craft it. Because it needs... Right? Don't I have it? Or am I thinking of... I think I was thinking of Enodem. Because it looks like that. You get Praetus from... what's his name? Cavallero?
We're lucky that couch is strong, aren't we?
Oh yeah, let me progin it. Make a fucking Kuva first. Stay on task. Yeah. I've got... I need to craft some of his Incarnants. My Incarnate challenge for the Latum, I'm pretty sure everybody's Incarnate challenge is the same, but I never know. But mine is to complete a mission with an Incarnate in every slot. And I don't have Incarnates for every slot. I just have like three secondaries and multiple like melees. Actually, I don't have any melees. And I'm not gonna lie, aside from the Cavalero incarnants that you can buy through his wares, the other ones are such a pain in the ass to make. I literally, like, I think I crash out every single time I play the lone story because the Oro Worm fight is so, like, it either goes right and easy to take him down for the first time, or he is, like, a nightmare that won't stop knocking you off your fucking summon. And then I don't know. I don't know the mechanics to all of the Oro Worms, so they have a tendency to piss me off or surprise me. And Steel Path is really fucking hard when it comes to those, dude. Like, really fucking hard when it comes to the Oro Worm. So, that being said, I really hate going to get Pathos clams. I really, 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 really do not like going to get Pathos clams. Like, I'm sitting on the Burst on Incarnon. That's how much I don't like to go get Pathos clams. Where the fuck? There you are. What do you have for me? What is that? Kuva Ogress? Well, that seems cool. I need to spend some time doing Crystallith bounties, though. Because I have the Parallax Engines landing craft and plenty of air support charges. So finding, like, the Void Plume pinions and downs to get everything I need is really easy. That's one of the easier reputations to farm. Aside from standing in, like, Cetus and Fortuna. Because you can just go mine for, like, 2 hours. And then I think you can hit rank 5, like, that week. You know what I mean? You go mine with a resource booster on Fortuna for, I don't know, one of your play sessions, and then you're done. Like, you just turn in the max fucking standing every day until you're done. I'm very happy with the circuit. Like, I really love playing the Deviri circuit, but the lone story can suck my nuts, man. I don't like playing as the Drifter, and I don't like playing that slow. And I know, like, I can appreciate it. Like, whenever I did it during the quest, I was like, okay, you know, cool. We're kicking back. We're smoking, and we're just gonna, you know, chill through this story. But whenever it's like the Drifter stands in between me and a thing I want, fuck. But I respect it. I respect that, like, if you want pinnacle stuff, you have to do a hard thing. Like, at the end of a Kuva mission or Coda mission, you know, you have to go do a railjack thing, and that's how you get your stuff. I can respect having to do a dumbass Oro Worm fight to get something extremely powerful. Because Incarnons are nothing to sniff at, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. And I got kind of tired of the trope of taking away my Warframe. Like, especially because something about Teshin. So in the teacher quest, he takes your Warframe, like, multiple times. And you lose your Warframe, like, multiple times around Teshin. And he's just like, you think you're hot shit? See what happens when I take this from you. And you're just like, it bothered me so much. And Teshin's fucking, what is it? His cavalier attitude? I don't know if cavalier is what he is. That's not the right word for sure. But his attitude, like the way he talks, you start a Steel Path mission, your foes are worthy. Give them a warrior's death. And I'm just like, bro. I personally hate Teshin. Kuva Kortak. Oh, I bet Kortak is fucking cool. What ability would you subsume on Ember? I would have to bet not Immolate. Probably her Fireball is the least useful. But I'm pretty sure her Fireball is actually pretty strong. I think it's crazy that people have so much beef with Ember. She seems so good. Armor strip and a nuke in the area. I don't know. I think people are just upset that Uriel is overtuned. Because Uriel is very overtuned. Well, not overtuned. He's perfectly fit for this game, honestly. I don't think I've done the teacher quest. Yeah, that's one of the new missions that like is introduced. From what I've read, it was introduced to help players kind of like it's supposed to help with the onboarding experience. I'm new to this game, I don't know what's going on, and it kind of shows you. And honestly, it's largely helpful because I think it's largely helpful, but I think it needs to be a little more helpful because mods and whatnot were pretty easy to understand, but somebody needs to say to you that, hey man, not like a big damage number is not always the best thing to use. Man, well, you'll be happy to be back. It's very fun. Uriel is very fun. He's he kind of covers like every, like he can break boxes. His aura from his 1 breaks boxes. His 2 makes him invulnerable for the cast time and heals him and his minions. His 3 weakens. It like uses heat damage. His minions go out and, you know, they heat things so that they're weaker. And his ultimate is literally just a fucking Jogo's domain expansion from Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it's just a giant flaming pit and it's awesome. The best thing about Uriel is that he feels fun to use. Like when you cast the abilities, when you cast spells, like the sounds, the screen shake, all that, dude. I try to talk about this pretty often. Trade chats can be really good to you if you just like, not like you don't know this, but trade chat can be really good to you if you just don't let people scam you. Because I mean, I'll put up an offer for a riven that's worth like 1,000 in trade chat, and it's inevitable I'll get like 5 messages or 2 or 3 messages that are like, hey, 200, 250. You know what I mean? Like that shit happens plenty. But if you just like protect yourself like you should in all RPG trading scenarios and don't like just research your prices and stuff, you'll be fine, man. I get better deals out of trade chat if I'm being honest. Kuva Tonkor. I think Zariman Prime is probably my best example because I was looking for her on Overframe Market or Warframe Market. And not only did I not get messages back from people, but they were asking like 160, 140, 145 in that ballpark of prices. And I put out a want to buy in the trade chat, and within literally a fucking minute, I have somebody selling me Zariman Prime for 80 platinum. And I think the reason that we need to, I'm on a campaign to get people to stop hating on trade chat so much. Seer, I'm working on getting a Kuva Seer. Yeah, that's what I say. It's like Warframe players they'll say it so like outright, like stay away from trade chats full of scammers. And it's like, okay, well, all trade chats in all games are full of scammers. What you should say instead is not assume people are too stupid to know better. You should say, look out for scammers in trade chat. Double check your prices. And I've said this before. I think that the way I sell things is I'll go through like my inventory, like my mods, and usually there's plenty to sell, and I'll just make a little list, usually like 4 things, and I'll type it into my chat filters, and then I'll just play the game as normal. So after a little while, the only thing that shows up in my chat is people wanting to buy things that I have to sell. So then I just message them, and I kind of rub my belly and ask how much I want for this mod. And then I sell it to them for like 15, 20 plat. I'll let go of really good mods for cheap for like players who are obviously like MR3 or 4 or 5 too. I gave it was Vital Sense, Thermite rounds. It was like your basic rifle mod setup that most people use. Like your like most common like 4 mods. And I sold them all to the dude for 20 plat. Because it was like really obvious. You know what I mean? And in that case, like that was my choice. Like he didn't ask to pay 20. I sent him a message and I was like, hey, I'll sell them to you for 20. And he was like, for real? It's like, yeah. And at the end of the day, if you sit there and go, well, that guy probably just resold those and made money off of you. It's not about what he did. It's about what I did. I tried to help somebody new. I don't care what he does with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, arbitration mods are like, those are really nice to give away. People honestly stop by my Twitch chat pretty often asking for like rolling guard or adaptation or those mods. I actually get that pretty commonly, or it's a pretty common occurrence to have people show up here asking for those. Which I don't, I'm getting ready to draw a line between where I'll like tolerate begging versus helping new players. Because Warframe is one of the easiest games to do things for yourself. It just takes a little bit of time. Kuva Brock. That looks really cool. But it's one of the games where like literally just playing it can get you the exact same things it got me. So I really don't mind like helping people. Because it is kind of a hard dip to get into arbitration. But on the other hand, if you spend an hour asking people for stuff, you could have spent that hour farming mods. Like go complete a few nightmare missions today, get some nightmare mods, sell them for 10, 15 plat or 5 plat or whatever, and keep grinding that shit. Yeah. Kuva Brack is mega strong. I bet it is. I'm targeting the Kuva Seer though. That guy's probably all like, you're not killing him? One of my priorities at the moment is to clear up some inventory space, so getting rid of... I'm trying to go get the counterparts to some of my favorite weapons. Like the Tenet version and stuff. You called? And like, if I find a better way to like help players a lot of the times is to give them relics. Because relics are just full of useful stuff. Just full of useful shit. And when I started playing this game, I was maybe only a couple 100 hours in before I had more relics than I knew what to do with. You know what I mean? So it's... You can instantly sell prime junk to people. And yeah, I know that those prime junk buyers are like going and just assembling sets, but if you are new to the game trying to make platinum and you don't even have the relics to make the sets, just sell the junk, dude. Make the plat. I did not want to reconnect to that, but whatever. Because all in all, that's how the economy turns. People act like somebody buying prime parts for cheap and then reselling them as complete primes is like, what is that, not the fucking capitalism that happens everywhere else in the world? People not buy cheap plastics and turn them into expensive molds and then sell them for twice as much. It's like the same shit. Like, car parts are significantly cheaper if they're not attached to a car, in a sense. Like, I have no value for this fucking carburetor if I have no car to put it in. So, prime junk value drops. Kuva Sobek at some point. I have it. That was the first one I got. That was the Kuva Sobek is the first. I have that one. I thought you said I need to try to get it. Kuva Sobek was the first Kuva weapon I took. And I was like, I had no idea what I was doing. I stabbed the Lich like the first time I saw him every time. I was like, fuck you, stab. And then like I couldn't find the tutorial. That took me... Figuring out how to do Kuva Liches actually took me a little while. I was overcomplicating it like in my own head. You know? I was trying not to make mistakes. Turns out, just send it. Just send it. You'll be fine. Just fucking put mods on. Just send it. They'll die. You'll get your weapon. Oh fuck, I wasn't the one that damaged him, was I? Cool. That's why I fucking do this solo. I'm just gonna leave. I get no benefit from finishing this. Can you trade ducats? So you can buy ducats from people, or buy prime junk with ducats? Oh, sorry. I read you wrong. You buy prime junk for ducats. I usually, whenever I need to stock up on ducats, I'll just go farm crack a bunch of relics, and then just go sell everything. And I just try not to pick relics that have stuff I want in them. But yeah, I think that most people buy prime junk to sell it for ducats. But the consensus people don't sell prime junk. They're just building prime parts. You should just build the prime parts yourself and sell them. Like, bro, I need like 15 plat for some weapon slots. You know what I mean? I could sell some junk. I don't think I've ever actually sold prime junk. I think I came across making platinum by just selling mods. Yeah, definitely. But there's also, like, you can definitely double dip in, what do you call it? Like, if you're farming relics, you're also getting affinity for weapons. You're also getting resource drops. You're getting mods to drop. You're also getting credits. Where'd he go? Is he still right there just waiting? Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. I don't really... I got plenty of plat and slots. I was just saying I'm running low on slots, and I have it. Instead of buying some, I need to delete a few of my older weapons. If you want to give somebody some slots, save it for a newer player. Save it for somebody else in the chat, because I'm okay. I've got plat and the ability to buy slots and stuff, and the ability to farm plat. And I have a lot of weapon slots. I'm just really, like, I picked up my last weapon the other day, and it was like, I'm full. Shit, I need to go delete some weapons, because I've been sleeping on the MR grind and sleeping on actually finishing up my weapons. I really appreciate that, man. That's awesome of you. But yeah, I'm mostly just being lazy and not, like, doing my due diligence with weapons. Just letting them sit there at level 26. Just keep getting new ones. Oh shit. I totally forgot to do the whole thing I was here for. The Mercury. You start needing some of those fish parts to craft a few things. Like, there's maybe, if I can't remember what weapons they are. I think it's the is it the kit gun pieces that require fish parts? But yeah, you'll end up having to go look for a very specific fish at some point. You're like, I gotta go at night, I gotta use this bait, and I have to fish in a hot spot in a pond inside of a cave or something like that. Like, there's some fucking complexity to fishing in this game.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Man, that makes me want to play Minecraft and just sit there and fish and listen to a podcast. That's what I used to do. I used to be like, my gaming sessions would just be Minecraft and podcasts. Those are some of the best times of my life, though, for sure. Grindel, Nourish. Yeah, I need to get Grindel. I need to get a prime version of him to use, and I need to get the normal version of him to subsume. But I think I've got a good kit to do the no mods missions. I'm pretty sure that okay, I need to actually stay and kill and do my thing. But I think I have a good kit to do it with, like Wisp and some slash damage weapon or something like that. I think will get the job done. Alright, what do you got for me? Kuva shield egg. That looks cool. Too bad it's not what I came for. When I first started doing Kuva weapons and Tenet weapons, I was like, I'm just taking whatever lands in front of me. But I really want something specific this time. I did that with, I've got the Kuva Sobek and Kuva something else. There's another shotgun. That might be the one I'm talking about.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
But I've got a riven for Kuva Chakur. So I'm really hoping for either that one or Seer.
Heads up. A Grenier assault team is headed your way.
Because Seer is a weapon I've been looking forward to making good for a long time. So much fun to shoot and use. And then I'm pretty sure Primed Fulmination was in Barrow's shop like 3 weeks ago. So I'm pretty sure I have that too. Oh, man. You two just having a party over there, huh? All right, step away for just a moment here.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. Oh, wow, you guys are angry, huh? Nautilus just carrying the load here. You guys ever played God of War and that scene where Atreus is just stuck on that platform all by himself while Kratos is in the light, like seeing his ex-wife dead or whatever, or alive again? That's how Nautilus probably felt just now. It's like, I've been here for hours. There's just tons of dead bodies everywhere. Just abandon that motherfucker, dude.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. You are surrounded by Grenier Marines.
Let me see them lights flash, baby. Both of those God of War games are so good, man. The only thing that I have a problem with God of War is that you could rename it God of Golden Handholding. It wasn't so bad in God of War 8 2018, but something I do want to point out about that one is it still had fucking gold hands or gold paint telling you every single little thing you needed to know about where you needed to go. And then in the second one, in Ragnarok, it was egregious. The hand holding should have resisted it from getting a masterpiece rating. I don't think either of those games... I mean, I guess for casual style, maybe it deserves masterpiece, but the fact that your companion every fucking... like on a 5-second timer, literally on a fucking 5-second timer, maybe 10 at best, if you sit there and you just explore the environment and you're like, oh man, look at this cool architecture, your fucking companion sitting over there will be like, hey, the thing you need to do is right here. And then if you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep looking, bro, 10 seconds later he'll be more specific, and then he'll tell you you need to do this puzzle. It just... They needed a setting for the hand holding. Can I turn off the gold hands so I can figure out where to go? Can I turn off the fucking constant nagging from my companion telling me what to do, like I can't figure it out? So that was one of the things that bothered me about God of War, and I did not realize how bad it was until it was pointed out to me in some sort of gaming video essay where we talk about how nowadays developers are dragging you through their game. They're not asking you to play it and they're asking you to figure it out. They're literally like grabbing you by the hand and yanking you to the fucking end of the game nowadays. Kuvazar, shit, that's really hard to say no to, and I'm kind of tired of doing this. I'll take it, because I actually do want the Kuvazar. Seems like a lot of fun. Yeah, so you're dead on with that, because it got like, it's one of the things that you didn't notice in God of War 2018. You're like, it wasn't very egregious and they didn't put it in your face. But in the second one, it was bad. Every companion had like 25 voice lines dedicated to telling you what to do or where to go whenever you didn't do it for 10 seconds. And it's crazy to me how a game like Elden Ring can come out, or a game like Silksong can come out, and they literally throw you in. They sink or swim, bitch. And then it has a better, more expansive, nicer map with better architecture than either of the other games I've mentioned could have even dreamed of having. You know what's bonkers? Is in God of War, not only do they hold your hand, but if you look off in the distance and you see some really cool shit, you can't go there. It's just decoration. It's just to look at. Some developers spent a few hours making this thing. You can't go there, though. Yeah, that's where we spent our budget. But From Software, you know what we did with our budget? You see that big fucking castle off in the distance and that big fucking mountain over there and that giant cave? You can try to go there. You figure it out. Once you get there, you'll know. So that's one of the things I appreciate, like, about what I consider a truly good developer and an okay developer. Yeah. I don't remember what Horizon Zero Dawn was like. It's been a very long time since I played it, but I could see it holding your hand pretty well. But I don't remember if it did. But that's the other thing, is FromSoft games is like, half of the challenge sometimes is how the fuck do I get to the next area? And then you have to figure it out. You have to spend time problem solving. But in some games, it's just like, hey, hop on the bus. I'm going to take you through this cinematic tour. Thanks. Means a lot. I guess. All right. Probably don't need to play Ember anymore. Oh. What's her name? Alawi? No, not Alawi. Something like that. That would be annoying.
Don't forget to safely turn off your computer before bed, okay?
And don't get me wrong, like, I think making games extremely easy and accessible for people is important because of handicapped people. And so I think that accessibility like that needs to be toggleable. Yeah. And is it not the craziest thing that FromSoft is like, hey, you know, we made this like entire game, right? So you get like $60 value out of, oh, I don't need to do this solo anymore. You get like this whole $60 value out of our game, right? But you know what? We got kind of bored and we made a secret area that's just as big as the regular game. And there's a good chance that a huge chunk of the player base will never see it. And they're okay with that. They're okay with you not being able to figure out how to get to certain areas. You know that only like 38 or 40% of people have actually killed Moog. So only 60% of or only 30 or 40% of people have access to the DLC. That's bonkers. Oh yeah. And they like, if I remember right, they like bloat the playtime in Horizon Zero Dawn because they what was it? Oh, if you want to fast travel, you have to like collect specific resources and they're pretty rare. And like, I remember that being a thing. I'm like, just remove fast travel, dude. Like, just take it out entirely. Shit. I respect games that don't have fast travel. I respect the fuck out of not being able to fast travel. World of Warcraft is one of the games that's pretty good about that, where it's like, hey, if you want to go somewhere, man, it's a serious time commitment. It is a legitimate time commitment to go to this town, so you better fucking know what you're doing, and you better have your stops on the way figured out and stuff. And I know there were fast travel systems in there, but they weren't like, you still couldn't go to like every town. You could travel between like a dozen places. And there was like 60 places to go. So I forgot I'm playing Mag. Where the fuck? Is she mine? She is, isn't she? I don't know, but I'm not fucking with her. Not ready yet. But games like Silk Song, Cuphead, shit like that even. Like those games don't hold your hand, are fully fleshed out games, and they're cheap. They're cheap. The fact that Terraria basically puts you in the same boat and is a very well made game for $10 is insane. Like most developers should be pretty fucking embarrassed that games like Silk Song are coming out for 20 bucks. It's like, man, damn, how are we this bad at it? How do we spend $150 million in 6 years of a development cycle with a team of 400 people and make God of War? Like, God of War 2018 had a smaller team, but they still had a fucking chunk of money. They had a huge fucking fat stack cash pile of money from Sony. And Corey kept going back to him and going, hey, I need more money. And they were like, okay. So there was actually some pretty funny things that happened along the process of making God of War. You know, when Kratos goes back to get his blades, Sony actually didn't really want to pay or spend the budget on that scene to make it as nice as it was. So what Corey did, he spent budgets from other pieces and just got the developers to do it, or the coders to do it. And then kind of asked for permission or something like that. He was, or just apologized. He's like, well, I need more money for this. And they're like, well, you should have money for this because the river scene only costed $120,000 to make. He's like, ooh, well, see, the thing is, I already spent like $3 million making the river scene. And they're like, what? And he kind of pulled a Quentin Tarantino on them several times. He's like, listen, it's my vision or nothing. You send it with my ideas or you don't. And I think they, ultimately bended to his will, which obviously paid off very well for them. Despite, my naysayings of the game being so handholdy, that didn't mean that it wasn't a fucking phenomenal cinematic experience. Fucking amazing. It's one of the best stories I've ever absorbed. I guess absorb's the right way to put it. It's one of the best stories I've ever absorbed. A lot of good emotions and a lot of really cool characters and fights. I named a carpet python after Baldur. I had a 10 or 11 foot carpet python a long time ago, and I actually named him Baldur. Strictly because of the Baldur character from 2018 God of War. Another interesting fact about the rarity that God of War was, the voice actor for Baldur changed the entire scope of how Baldur behaved. So you know how he had this I can't feel any of this fucking Joker-esque attitude to him? Baldur was not supposed to behave like that at all. He was supposed to be like the other gods, indifferent to shit, very arrogant, blah 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 blah. But the voice actor showed up and auditioned, and whoever was doing the casting, or combination of whoever was doing the casting plus Corey, listened to his voice and just went, we're going to change the character to fit you. We're going to make voice lines wrapped around you. And that's how Baldur came to be. And the guy who voices Thor in 2 is also Opie from Sons of Anarchy, and he played in what's that fucking movie? Friday Night Lights? Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there, but I bought them like off of nostalgic factor alone. Like I was like immediate release, purchased, downloaded and pre-downloaded and played the day before type of shit. You know what I mean? Get off of that extraction point in case those guys need to finish up. No? Okay. But I watched that. There's a documentary called Raising Kratos where this is where I get a lot of this information from. Corey actually mentions at some point that he thought that climbing puzzles were a waste of players' time. He said that they decided to, you know, still make climbing a thing, but to give you the golden hand guiding or guidance system so that we wouldn't waste a lot of time with it. And that makes me want to barf when I think about it. Like, isn't half the fun in most games like figuring out how to walk to the next area sometimes? And like they still put puzzles in the game, but they made them, they should have been harder. I think that they should have, the Give Me God of War difficulty should have removed the golden hands and should have made, I don't know. It's not like that game's not a fucking fantastic masterpiece because like they gave free DLC and shit too and whatever. Plays well, but seriously, if you just had an accessibility option to turn off the "Are you a fucking idiot" function, it would be much better. Give Me God of War should have removed the gold hands and made the puzzles more difficult in some sort of way. And it Give Me God of War difficulty should also remove the companion nagging and all the assistance that you get from other systems in the game. And there's not really too many other assistance systems. That doesn't really make sense. But, you know, you can trivialize a lot of fights with the right Atreus stuff. We failed? How did that happen? I guess they destroyed the thing, didn't they? And honestly, watching somebody like the Rad Brad play God of War for a lot of people is a better experience than buying it. Instead of mag, why don't I do? I'm feeling a little rhino. What mission did I just try to do? Just do Lith. There's like certain, I can't really remember what anymore, but there's some games I'm staying away based on principle, staying away from just based on principle.
Has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
I did not. Stick around for the Renegades DLC on Destiny, specifically because I have like a real problem with collaborations. I don't like the like quick sell value of them and stuff. I don't know. They seem more like cash grabs than they do like anything else. And largely my problem with collabs is like, I don't know. It kind of goes like this, okay? If you are a creator and you make stuff and you use AI to make it, you're kind of in a category of used AI to make your stuff. So whatever the fuck I was just talking about is all gone. Oh, Renegades, right. God, I'm dumb. As soon as like they collab with somebody, I'm like, oh, they're one of those companies that collaborates in interest of money. Which is no mystery that Destiny is, or Bungie is a very fucking greedy company. That's like, who doesn't know that? But it just felt like It felt so out of touch. I don't understand why they would spend... They need to fucking stop making new stuff, like, right now. They need to quit making new DLCs immediately, like yesterday. They should not have made Renegades, and it should not have happened, because there are too many broken, busted, unfun, unusable systems and things that players want way more than a fucking collab. I'm not, like, straight up. Players would have been happier in Destiny 2 if they had given us, like, customizable clan dojos like we have in this game, or other things. There's just other things they should have done. They could have made quality of life improvements for the next year, and it would have brought players back or something. You know what I mean? They could have touched up community guidelines and made players more kind and done some balancing things. There's just so much shit they could have done for free without having to pay Lucasfilms for IP rights, and then yeah. And I like to follow MacTicks for information on stuff like this, because people like Sweatsickle and Glad, like, they need to quit playing Destiny. I think Glad has quit, but him taking this long to quit is something that still disappoints the shit out of me, because why can't I fucking stab this one? Oh, somebody else did, looks like. Those guys literally just sit around and get mad at the game. Sweatsickle and Glad literally hate the game more than anything. AI is going to be a very divisive thing coming up in the future, for sure. Because I think that we just, I've been saying this for a little while. It's very easy to detect AI. And, like, whether or not people think it's easy to tell with their own eyeballs if an image is AI or not, it is incredibly fucking easy for a computer program to figure out what's wrong with it. Like, extremely easy. Pictures have, like, metadata and shit, man. Yeah, it's divisive now, but I think it's going to get a lot worse. I think it's going to get a lot worse. Because people like Shroud out here making a fucking fool of themselves, walking back shit he said every 3 weeks. He also said that players are not ready for AI in games. Who the fuck thinks that? And I don't think Shroud deserves to be the leading fucking voice on how people behave in games anymore, dude. He had 30,000 players on his game for 7 minutes. And now there's one person on it. So not the leading voice on what games should be made out of. Players don't fucking want AI in their games. The only thing, when I think of AI use in games, the only fucking place I can think of it to make some sense is a very well curated AI to have these chats happen with. Because at some point all of these end, and a lot of people complain that they wish they had more of them. That is the only purpose I can see for it, is for shit like that. And even then, it's only going to take a coder and a writer 2 fucking days to write up 400 voice lines. So just pay them guys for a few months to write up shit forever. Oh, dude, it is impressive how he flipped from, like, the person everybody listened to what in the fuck is he saying? Because originally he said that Expedition 33 did not deserve to be Game of the Year and da 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 da. And then he started playing it. He's like, this game's fucking amazing. In Arc Raiders, he was like, Arc Raiders is going to be the best. It's going to be bigger than Fortnite. Like a week later, he's like, this game needs to die. They can't take care of cheaters. This game needs to die. And I'm like, bro, like, the fuck? But I don't know. A lot of those old really good YouTubers and Twitch streamers, like Triple Wreck and stuff, those guys really went to some weird places. Like, Triple Wreck did some gambling shit that got him in trouble, I think. I can't really remember. But it was like a trust issue. It wasn't just like he gambled and lost money. He, like, set up a gambling thing and there was a trust issue with it. Yeah. But, I mean, at this point in his career, another thing we gotta, like, remember and respect is that dude's probably got enough money to say anything he wants on the internet, and he could just turn his computer off tomorrow and live in fucking Hawaii for the rest of his life and be like, those guys are going to be mad at me. And I'm over here sipping on fucking martinis and banging your mom. Like, I do try to keep that shit in mind. So I try not to get too upset when like streamers say really stupid shit. I'm like, bro, you've lost scope. Because people do that. That's a fucking trend. Famous people or people who get famous, they start acting like their opinion is valuable. And listen, you're entitled to your own opinion, and everybody's allowed to have their own political ideals, and you don't have to be quiet, and I want you to be loud. But why is it that like they'll have a super fucking niche opinion, and then they'll just blast it full volume for every one of their fans to hear? It's the weirdest thing. I mean, I'm over here doing the same shit more or less, but I also know enough not to say shit about Expedition 33 without even giving it a try. I think it's a bummer that there was like AI detected in it. Yeah. He also said the reason Ark was successful was because of Peanut, which is also wrong, because if he had that pull, ABI would also be massive. I think that Burnt Peanut was probably catalytic in its success. Like, I think streamers brought a lot of success to Arc Raiders, is honestly the thing. And I think that not only did streamers bring a lot of success to Arc Raiders, they brought a lot of fucking idiots, because all I see about Arc Raiders is people being consistently upset that people lied to them in the game. Yeah. Yeah, that dude is like ultra fucking rich, ultra fucking talented at games, and thinks that his opinion applies to everybody else's. It's like, at least I know that not very many people think like me or think that God of War was bad because it held your hand. A lot of people, like, a whole fucking company doesn't agree with that. IGN thinks the game's a masterpiece. But then they withhold Silksong from getting masterpiece because it had fetch quests. They literally fucking said that it had fetch quests, and that is the only reason that it did not get masterpiece rating, because there were quests to fetch stuff in it. Like, excuse me? Were the quests in God of War, were every single one of those like not stupid? Because I remember plenty of those being like fetch quests. Go here, find this thing, and bring it back to me. And they said that another reason they withheld Masterpiece from Silksong, there were two reasons. The first reason was that there were fetch quests, like bounties, to do. They said because of that, and because of the Hunter Crest situation. There's like 9 crests in the game, and they're not available immediately. Those were the two reasons. I've seen that, and I've heard the discussions, and I know that it wasn't like used, it was used as a placeholder and such. But it also has to be something considerable that during the development process, if you kiss this thing with AI, everybody's going to know you kissed it with AI. They didn't have to use their expedition build to fucking test those assets either. There was no reason to use an expedition build to test new assets, because that's what the company said. Expedition 33 claims, which I'm not over here being like, they claim this, it's probably not true. What they say is that they had been given a suite of new tools to use, and they were simply fucking with them. And one of them was like an AI placeholder image thing, right? And that left traces of AI in it. And I'm like, yeah, dude. You fucking tested AI tools in your build for Expedition 33, and they left assets in the game, bro. They didn't just use it for that. There are still assets remaining in the game that were detected as AI. So it's, I mean, it's not a far stretch to be like some coder there, because it's not like 12 people worked on that fucking game. It's very easy to assume that 1 or 2 people used AI and were lazy about their cleanup. That's very easy to believe. Rather than they were like lazily using AI, it makes more sense that a couple of dudes were lazy and just didn't clean up their mess. because nobody would know, right? But that's not the truth, man. That's not the truth at all. AI is extremely easy to see. There's a fucking weird effect with AI where the only people who think it's undetectable are the people who make it. They're like, oh yeah, nobody will ever know. Listen, man, people have been weary about pictures ever since the advent of Photoshop, or invention of Photoshop. And I think Expedition 33 deserves plenty of love and whatever. And I don't actually, like, if I were to pick, like, a side of the issue on that one, I'm like, it doesn't matter. They were just dicking around with tools in their final build of the game. It really doesn't fucking matter. But apparently that's not it. From what I understand, that's not the only thing. Yeah, that's my point. They hand drew every, they 1980s animated Cuphead. So yeah, I think everybody's point is why should a game with multiple games with multiple AI assets left over in them, why do they stand a chance at competing against a hand-drawn game? I think AI is going to end up in its own category. Like, I think instead of like best rap song, it's going to be like AI music video awards. And then there's going to be like regular music video awards. Because we can hate AI as much as we want. We're the ones who wanted it. We're the ones who made it. We're the ones who read those books as kids that had them. I mean, I'm sorry. Am I the only person who fucking read like Captain Marvel shit where they were ran by an AI? Am I the only person who read the Neil Shusterman series, The Scythe, where their fucking society was ran by an AI? We have been dreaming of being ran by an AI since forever. It's literally something that humanity has aimed for forever. We want to invent time travel, and we want to invent AI. There's actually, Seer, while we're on the topic of AI, there is a really good video essay. I will go through my YouTube history, and I'll find it, and I will put it in the Discord later. But it kind of goes on to show a predicted future of AI. And the mathematical study of it has been, or not mathematical study, the study that indicates its future has been replicated throughout its history too. So like 10 years ago, these guys did a big study on it and they were like, okay, so AI is probably going to be here in this amount of time. And it's probably going to do this in this amount of time. And they were largely right. And basically the claims in that video are on the same track. They're like, listen, it's either going this way or it's going that way. And there's no other possible future. There's no other third option. There's no fourth option. There's no fifth option. Because everything changes once we... Right now, we just have like really shitty limited language models. Like they're actually really bad. Like ChatGPT and all those other services are actually very easy to make stupid. And they break themselves all the time. Something that video helped me to understand is that the majority of these evolutions in science and technology take place behind closed doors long before we see them. So a lot of people theorize that there are already general AIs out there. There's a couple of conspiracy theories, like there was this very long 4chan thread that went on about how our government has been using a general AI since the 80s to make most of their choices and predict future outcomes of stuff. And well, I think that's a bit far-fetched. I think it's plausible. I also think that whenever you kind of look at things like FaceTiming and face calls, they did have that shit in the 80s and 90s on the government end. There were TVs and cameras where people would sit in a room and talk with people across the world back then. I'm sure it was barbaric, and the technology, like the server or whatever required to run that shit was probably as big as my desk, but they still had it. So there's a lot of talk in that video essay I'm telling you about that AI is probably already developed to a couple of steps ahead of where we're able to experience it. But the 2 or 3 big companies that are working on them, it makes more sense to develop it, to develop general intelligence, and then to have general intelligence further develop itself and then release it to the world, is apparently the stance they've taken. And then it takes like a timeline style. So it shows like in 2026, this is what happens in 2027 and 2028, 2029, 2030. It's a pretty crazy looking future. And if you've ever read a book called The Singularity, we're on our way. It's only a matter of time until, like, let's say we as humans sit down one day and decide we want to solve the time travel issue. We know we can kind of go forward if we do things a specific way, but we think it's impossible to go backwards. So one day somebody's going to ask a smart enough AI to run 1 trillion billion simulations and figure out how to teleport and how to time travel, and then everything's going to change. We're going futuristic. All right. That's pretty good timing. I'm hopping off, fellas. My family's waking up. So, good chats. I'll send you that video here after a bit. Goodbye.